Hi, today we're making a traditional breakfast from Kerala. We're making appams. This lacy Kerala breakfast delicacy goes perfectly with many different curries. These appams are soft and fluffy with a luscious scent of coconut. Although the batter is traditionally fermented using toddy or palm wine, yeast is more commonly used. These are the ingredients that you will need to make appams. For details on the recipe, visit the link in the description. I'm adding 3 cups of the raw rice to a bowl. I'm using broken rice because this is easier on my blender. First, we need to rinse the rice a couple of times thoroughly. Then soak the rice in plenty of cold water for 4 or more hours. To make the yeast solution, add half a cup of lukewarm water to a cup with half a teaspoon of yeast along with 1 teaspoon of sugar. Give it a good stir and set aside in a draft-free area till you see this bubbling action. After 15 minutes, the solution should be quite frothy. Drain the soaked rice and reserve the liquid. Add this drained rice to a heavy-duty mixer or blender. Along with the soaked rice, add 1½ cups of the soaking liquid. Grind briefly till the rice is somewhat blended. Now add 1½ cups of fresh grated coconut as well as another ½ cup of the soaking liquid. Grind again till the coconut is blended through. Instead of using the soaking liquid, some people like to use thin coconut milk for a creamier and softer appam, but I find that if you're using really fresh grated coconut, this is sufficient. Now add 1½ cups of the cooked white rice. Mix the rice into the batter with a spatula. Add a 1/4 cup more of the liquid and blend again. Grind till somewhat smooth but still with a grainy texture. You can see how there are no visible traces of the coconut or rice, but the batter should still remain slightly grainy. By now our yeast solution is frothy. Pour the batter into a large container to allow room for ample rising. See how the consistency of the batter is relatively smooth with a grainy texture. To the batter, add the yeast solution along with the salt and sugar. I'm adding a teaspoon of salt and 3 tablespoons of sugar. Add more sugar if you want crisper appams. I find 3 tablespoons to be sufficient. Stir well. You will find that after fermentation, the batter will not be too sweet. It'll be just right. Although it's slightly sweetened, this is not a sweet breakfast item. Taste and add salt or sugar if needed. Cover with a lid and allow to ferment for 8 hours at least. I leave my batter overnight to make breakfast the next morning. After a couple of hours, see the batter has already risen so much, so I place it in a deep basin to prevent any overflow. Even though the batter has risen that much, it really does need the 8 hours to be properly fermented. In the morning, this is how the batter looks. Very bubbly and foamy and like clouds. Now we can make our appams. When ready to prepare, add a little water, only if the batter is too thick, to get a consistency of a loose pancake batter or a dosa batter, like this. Heat an appachatti or an appam kadai or any rounded non-stick wok with a lid. The appachatti is like a shallow wok with a lid. Use non-stick or well-seasoned cast iron appachattis to make these appams. We spread the appams by swirling the wok. Do not use a ladle to spread the batter. When the appachatti is heated, add a large ladle of batter to the center. Leave for 5 seconds before swirling. Hold both handles and rotate the pan till the batter spreads over the pan evenly. Swirling 2 times should be enough, and swirl in one direction only. Cover the pan, turn down the heat, and cook for about 1 minute. Remove the lid and turn up the heat if you want a crisped edge. Some like a very soft and white fluffy appam, whereas some like it more crisper around the edges. The center should be a little puffed up and soft. It should not be sticky to the touch. That's when you know it's done. Remove the appam to a parchment paper and continue with the rest of the appams. We place the cooked appams on kitchen parchment paper as you prepare the next one. Once you have made the 4th one, the very first one should be cool enough to place inside your casserole dish. Place the appams into the casserole in this manner after cooling down on paper so that they do not stick to each other. How to make flower-shaped appams. Serve your delicious soft and fluffy appams with egg curry, egg roast, vegetable stew, or chicken curry. The possibilities are endless, really. We hope you enjoyed this Kerala breakfast. For this and many more recipes, visit recipesaresimple.com. Enjoy, and thanks for watching.